So I'm getting, it's funny how karmics will accept like gifts from you, accept things from you of value, but they want you to say thank you. Like they expect you to say thank you. They don't, it's almost like these individuals feel like they are a gift to you when you were the gift giver. You were the one who gave the gift. But they're like so full of themselves that they don't find any purpose to thank you. It's almost like, oh, you're supposed to do that anyway. So, and regardless if someone is in a position to do that, someone who thinks like that is very narrow-minded. It's a very narrow-minded energy. Like, how could you fix your lips to say such a thing? Is you don't say thank you? Like, what? It's like so many karmics are disillusioned. Like, they believe that them just being in your presence or you being in their presence should be enough for you, as if they're that wonderful. But it's funny because the people that are around them most, they actually repel them. They don't want to be around this person, but this person has like this inflated ego. I don't know where this inflated ego is coming from though. What is this inflated ego about? Where'd that come from? It's like this person thinks very highly of themselves. It could be a facade though. It could be like a facade, like a mechanism that they use to puff themselves up, to give themselves confidence when they feel weak. And what they really need is to like upgrade themselves, work on themselves, but instead they just look for handouts. Like, this is the type of person that always looks for a handout, but never actually wants to do something genuine with what they're given, and they don't see a reason to really be thankful and show gratitude. So Spirit is basically saying that you guys had to deal with many people like this before, where you gave and you didn't receive back from them. And when you noticed, it bothered you, but it was very telling. It told you everything that you needed to know about this person before it was too late. I heard before it was too late. Like before they took more from you, before they really took you for all you have to give. Because I heard it could have gone further. It could have gone further. But you caught it before it did. Let's see, I'm guided to get tarot. So let's see what Spirit has to say through the cards. Okay, Spirit. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to use these cards. I'm going to use these. Let's see what Spirit says. I just heard they thought they had one up on you. They thought they had one up on you. I don't think this person thought that you would stop doing what you were doing. They didn't think that you would stop. They thought they had it in a bag. So they thought that they just had you. Like as if you can't see what was happening. Like you couldn't see. They acted as if you couldn't see, but you saw it. You saw everything. So ungrateful. This person is very ungrateful. It got to the point where every time you spoke to them, or every time they like acted like they were so interested, they wanted something from you. It was not just to talk. It was not just to vibe with you. It was, they could put up a front to make it seem like that at first, but then before you know it, they were asking you for something. They were asking for something. And I feel like you're the type of person that doesn't mind giving, but you just want to be appreciated and respected. And I feel like this person began, I don't know, it's like they started to be disrespectful. It feels like they started to be disrespectful towards you. And I'm picking up this energy like you're someone who is not so quick to give either. You don't just give to anyone. So that means that you really cared about this person, because you're not so quick to give because you know how people could be. But there's something about you never thinking that this person would do what they did to you. You never, not them. I just heard not them. Like, no. Not them. You put a lot of work and effort and attention. You gave a lot of attention to someone. And what bothered you the most about it is the fact that you meant well and you stood strong in that position that you were in. You felt like it was the right thing to do as well. And you just recently decided to have a new beginning. You're not going to deal with this person anymore. I heard finally. I don't know, maybe you were dealing with this for a long time and trying to make it work, you know, when it wasn't working. For a long time, you were trying to do a thing with this person. And it's almost like this person was always having something to say that did not align with what you feel and what you need, what you want. And I just heard from the first time that they gave you the response that you didn't expect and that you didn't really want at that time, that was telling you that that wasn't the right person for you to share energy with. That was not the right person. Even back then, however long ago that was. I just heard 3. So maybe it was 3 years. Maybe 3. That's what Spirit said. 3. And I'm hearing you still ended with like respect. Even though I heard you ended with respect, even though they didn't give you the respect you deserved, you still ended with respect. That's not easy to do either. Especially when you know someone was like playing you. Like someone was literally trying to affect your emotions in such a way. What is this 3 of Pentacles and 9 of Wands? You felt like blindfolded. You felt very uncomfortable in this situation. It was very uncomfortable for you. Because it's like you knew what you wanted from the beginning. This is like being in a relationship with someone and you want a long-term like marriage or relationship. You want something serious and the other person keep playing with you. They keep like making excuses, saying they're not ready, saying they need time. I heard it would be better if we just keep it like this. It would be better if we just keep it like this. There's something about this person feeling like a relationship is too much responsibility. This person doesn't want that responsibility. There's something about you as a person for this person that almost as she feels like, she or he feels like if they were with you permanently, they would have too much to do. Like in the family, they don't want to do that. They don't want to. What else? They would rather give the bare minimum. They said, I'd rather give the bare minimum because I know I can. I'll give you the bare minimum because I know I can. And if you, it's almost like this person is saying, I'll give you the bare minimum, but if you try to like counter that, then I'm gonna like throw a fit or something like that. Like I'm going to have an attitude with you. And then that will leave you feeling some type of way. Because you know it's not right. And it's like, you really want to be like, what's wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? I feel like there were times when you didn't even say anything that was crazy. And this person tried to make it seem like you said the most horrible thing to them. This person had a way of making you feel like the bad person when all you wanted was to really be with them. That's what it feels like. You just wanted to be with the person. But every time you showed them that, they didn't want it because they were never interested, though. It's almost like if whatever you were giving, that's what they were interested in. This is like they looked at you like a sugar mama or sugar daddy. They looked at you like a toy. Like a toy. That's what it feels like. Not caring about your feelings so much, but seeming like they care to get what they want. So they would only put on a little bit of a show just to get what they want at that time. But they're never really interested in what you have to say, though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you went through this, but this is the energy I'm getting. It's very dismissive. And it's borderline rude, and I feel like this person was like rude. It's like they have this thing about them where they made you feel like, it's almost like they made you feel like you don't deserve them, but you were the one putting in the most effort in the relationship, but they made you feel like you don't deserve them. Why did they act this way? What is that about? Tell me more about this karmic. Because this is someone who's in a karmic cycle. Oh, this person likes to hook up with people on the opposite end of the stick here. On the opposite end of the stick. Like when you're not around, this person was hooking up with other people. And maybe you realized that after the fact, like you were put on or you recognized a certain pattern, and they tried to front and act like that's not what was happening. But it was. That is what was happening. They would tell you, so they would cast the illusion that they're with like family and friends, but they were really with the next one, the next man or woman. So they would tell you, oh yeah, I'm just out with such and such, and give you names. But it wasn't true. It's to the point where they could have been with that person in the beginning of the night, but at the end they were no longer with that person. So if you found yourself feeling some type of way and you try to call them and they didn't answer, that's why. And then they was partying. They was having a party with their little side piece or side pieces, because I feel like this person is a bit of a loose cannon, but I don't feel like you realized it because you didn't look at them that way. You saw them as a star. You saw this person as like golden, beautiful, wonderful, amazing, great. You saw the best in this person, not knowing that they even hold secrets like this. But you are so smart and on point that you realize, like, nah, this person is casting illusions on me. This person is casting illusions on me. That's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm seeing, too. As I pull the card, I'm seeing the story. It's unfolding right before my eyes. This person always looks for something new. This person is like, I don't know, it's almost like I heard a fiend. I just heard Sagittarius. This person could be a Sagittarius or a Scorpio. There's something about this person being very manipulative, and it pumps them up when they get into some type of relationship that is new. They like to keep on. It's like I want to say that they're adventurous, but it's not like adventurous just in one way. They're very closed off when it comes to certain parts of their life because they're hiding truths that they don't want you to know. And you already knew that because you're intuitive, so you already knew. But you just wanted some proof or something. Like you didn't want to accuse this person. You didn't want to wrongfully accuse this person. But you did tell them how you felt eventually. I don't think you said it in the beginning because you were trying to just like make sure that you were feeling the correct feelings. I feel like you know yourself and you know how harsh you could be. So you didn't want to come off in such a way. Especially not knowing if what you were feeling is right or not. You didn't want to do that to this person. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You didn't want to do that to this person. This person is around a lot of people on a regular basis. Yeah, they're around a lot of people. Many people like invite them to places and contact them. I heard there's a reason why they didn't always want to invite you. Because there was times where you could have went with them and they said no. And they made any excuse off the top of their head that they can come up with. And now I'm hearing giggles and like laughter. So it's like their friends would hook them up with certain people or like double date or something. That's what I'm getting, like their friends would hook them up with people or just do like a little love connection just for the night. So they would ask their friends, what should I tell him or what should I tell her? What do you think I should say? So that I don't look like, so I don't make it hot. What should I say? Yeah, what should I say? With the Moon card coming out, the Page of Cups and the Four of Cups. I heard that there were times when you felt left out. Let's see. This person is not content with... I don't feel like this person is marriage material or long-term material. Like, this is a person that they're not looking for that. They don't want it. I heard that scares them because it's too real. They're not ready for the real. They're not ready for a real love connection. They're not ready for that. They're still too young-minded. And then I'm hearing what you gave to them. There's so many people that would have adored you and would have respected you so much more than this person did. But for whatever reason, you were kind of hooked or wrapped up, or I don't know. Something was blinding you. But you changed once you realized that this person was lying to you. You know, I can't even be mad at you. Anytime I get that energy where someone was actually loving someone and really had feelings for them and kind of like really giving their all, I feel like it's that's That's a very bold thing to do in a world that's so cold. And then you have to adapt to being cold. It's like the world is so cold that you better know how to be cold. You better know how to be cold. Because if you don't, I heard it's either you sink or you swim. And you started swimming. You didn't allow yourself to sink. You had to change yourself. You had to transform because you saw the truth. It's like, okay, I see the truth. You saw the truth and there was no reason to avoid it. You already felt it anyway. And then you kept on seeing certain things. You kept noticing certain things. And you would ask questions, but it's almost like you didn't want to. I don't know. How can I say? You didn't want to make it seem like you were trying to control the person. I think that's what I'm feeling. You didn't want this person to feel restricted from being themselves. You are a very open energy. You are very like, you can be aggravated with someone, but there's times when you would put yourself aside for the other person's freedom. Because I feel like you have a sense of feeling comfort in your freedom. And so you respect other people's freedom, especially when it comes to romantic partners. So this person lost a diamond. You are a diamond in a world full of ruffians. You are a diamond, and this person lost you because they're just too selfish. Everything was about selfishness, and they move around too much. They didn't want to chill with you. There was times when you wanted to chill, but they was always like trying to go and be around people. You like, can we just relax? Just me and you? Why we gotta do all this? And her, don't you think I had enough of that? You might have to work or be around a lot of people or deal with people, and sometimes you just don't want to do that. Sometimes you just feel like you need to get away and just love up on somebody. And you wanted to do that with this person, and they always like, they couldn't sit still, like a jumping bean. I mean, it's good to do both, okay? It's good to explore and be going and travel and do all these things, but sometimes there's these moments, especially for an intuitive person, because I feel like who I'm talking to is very in tune with spirit and very intuitive. So yeah, no, you want to chill sometimes with the one you love and spend quality time. And this person could not even respect that. They didn't respect it. They always want to go to be with a bunch of people and leave you. And then judge you. There's something about judging you for wanting to chill sometimes. For wanting to just be in your own space. There's times where you just want to be in your own space. Not to say you won't go out sometimes, because you will. But you didn't always want, you always wondered, why you always like on the go so much? There's something about this person just feeling like, it's like fear of long term, fear of responsibility, fear of maybe even having a family and having the responsibility of family. Not wanting that. It's like what you wanted, this person did not want. Then you realize that you need an emperor or an empress, depending on who you are. Now you know what you need. So this wasn't a wasteful experience, even though it may have felt like it, because you put so much time into it. So if there's times where you did feel like it was a waste, but it wasn't, because you learned from it. And I don't really look at life experiences as like something to be regretful about. I always look at it like it's a good lesson, because you actually went through it. You went through those emotions, you felt them, you filtered them out, you understand them, and you forgive and let go. Not really forget, because you don't really forget, but you do forgive. But it doesn't mean that you'll let them back in now. Just because you forgive them, it doesn't mean that they have like a free pass back into your life, because that's not true either. And then it's really like you have to protect yourself from this type of person, because I feel like this person is one of those people that if you, being that they know how they had you before, if you get into a relationship with someone else and they pick up a sense that you're actually happy, they'll try to mess with your emotions again. They'll try to wiggle their way back to you somehow, either through a mutual friend or someone, I don't know, if in your family, if you introduce them to your family, and they'll try to get a message to you to try to break up a good thing that you have. Now, if you were to take this person back, they would do the same thing, because they still don't want what you want. So see, that's a mixed up energy. See the illusions with the 7 of Cups coming out? There's something about them feeling like they had a stronghold on you. You must have really, really, like, I don't know, you gave a lot. You were just giving, and you don't care. You did not care. It's crazy how the people that, there's times in life where the ones who are the most pure at heart, it's not easy for them to align with other pure-hearted individuals. And that's just saying that there's something more within you that has to heal, because there's something in there. There's something maybe someone said to you, or some type of way that you feel, and it's preventing you from really connecting to who you're supposed to be with. You know, like how a lot of women are attracted to the bad boys, and a lot of men are attracted to the bad girls. You need like a reformed person, a person who understands what it is to be bad, and they changed, because they still have that aspect to them within them that does not go away. They just know how to handle themselves. I think that's very attractive. Someone who was bad and then figured out how to get it right, but then still has the remnants of their truth within them, which is if they need to activate it, they can. That means that that's someone who knows how to tame their own beast. They know how to control themselves. That is a very attractive trait. That's even considered sexy to many, because it's like, oh, you know how to do what many people can't, because many people lose control of themselves and they out here wilding. But when someone actually understands themselves to the point where they know how to continue to keep the most authentic aspects of their personality, but they also know how to regulate their actions and their beliefs, like, you know, they regulate themselves, because a lot of people are out of control. So when you are blessed by being in a relationship with someone who's in control, it's a total different experience, because I feel like everybody had to be with somebody who was just out of control, because that's just how our life starts. We just end up with people that's just out of control. They just be out of control, right? Until you recognize that that's not the right person. And then you stop accepting that type of person into your life. I just heard you did a good thing. So, don't feel bad. There's nothing to feel bad about. It's just a lesson that you learned a lot from. And you realize that by sticking around with a person like this, you were really playing yourself. So you had to forgive yourself as well. And that's fine. Forgive yourself. You should forgive yourself. That's not something that only you go through. Many people experience that, because you're coming from a loving place. At least it's because it was like about you just being a genuine person, and it's not something else that's just ridiculous. Even though in our younger years we do ridiculous things too. But it's really about the growth. That's what you want to look at. You want to look at your growth and what you learned from said experience. That's what makes you a champion. how you handle a tough situation, especially when your heart is broken. Because there's many heartbreakers out here. And mysterious. I just heard mysterious. Some of you are attracted to the mystery of a person, that is attractive, because when something is very mysterious about someone, right? It draws you into them, because you're drawn into I heard the Lilith, the darker aspects of their personality. And that has I think that leans towards the creative energy. So that's the sexual energy. So that alone is alluring. And but this person, they were just hiding stuff. It wasn't even like just their energy being alluring, but they were hiding things. And they would have kept hiding it if you didn't like say something. If it didn't go down the way it did, they would have kept on keeping on. So they would have kept you around and continued to do what they were doing. And that's not what you deserve. What is the advice for our honey roses? That's not what you deserve. You don't have to settle. I'm going to tell you guys that all the time. You do not have to settle. If there's something that you want, go for that. Whatever that is that you want. But make sure it's right for you. Don't be going for it for some reasons that are just surface level. You gotta go deeper than just the surface, because the surface is nothing. The surface is like an exhale and an inhale, and then it's done after that. It's about what you find within. I heard a heart-to-heart connection. If you can't connect to someone on a soul level, that's not going to be good. It's not going to turn out well. You would always feel an emptiness if you can't connect to someone's soul. And if someone doesn't have a soul, how are you going to connect to it? Because many of us have been with individuals that have souls that are not activated. They might look good on the outside, but what's going on in the inside? What is going on in there? Part of the advice is to hold on to the truth about the person so you don't slip up. There's something about this person that makes you a little weak. I don't know what that is. It makes you want to go right back. But you know it's not good for you. There's something about this person that makes you want to go back. It could be just, you know how you could just be comfortable because you've been around a person for so long, so you just keep going back to a person. That's what it feels like right now. It's like the hardest part is for you to end it for real, because you were it's comfort. It's just comfort. You have found a way to feel comfortable in the uncomfortable, but not in a good way. It's kind of like you just were willing to take whatever this person gave, whatever this person kind of enforced you to lower your standards. I don't feel like you're someone who wants to be in bed with multiple people, whoever I'm talking to. So even though this person didn't want a real relationship with you, you were willing to leave it as it was, and because it's like, well, I can get some needs met, even if it's not all of them, if you know what I mean. So I might as well just take that and just do what I do. That's what it was about. And that might not resonate with some of you, but it's with all of you, I mean. But it will for some of you. Yeah, you don't even want what they were giving, but you settled. You don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to. The more you try to hold on to something that been done since they already told you in the beginning that they didn't want anything serious. If you had to listen then, you would have left. Well, things, I don't want to bring it back like as if it's a horrible thing what you did. It was just kind of like what happened. You know, sometimes things just happen the way they do, and that's just what it is. But Spirit wants you to know that in order for you to connect with the one you are meant to be with, you must close this out. And you must be comfortable in closing it out. Because anytime you try to move on with something that's not closed out, the truth will come to the light with the Sun and the Justice card coming out. And you don't want the new person to be affected by your old ways, I just heard. Because the next person is going to be an earth angel. And the next person is an earth angel. So you don't want to misalign yourself from your true love due to the comfort that you found in a false love. You know you want real love, and it's really about being patient and disciplined. And it's hard, especially if you were just with someone for in between the sheets activities, like friends with benefits. You get so used to a thing that it's hard to break it just because you're used to it. But you could know it's horrible for you. You could know it's toxic. But at the time, you don't care. And nobody needs to know type thing. You know, like, I'm just going to do this then. And I feel like it was that energy that you had gave. But you were always coming from a pure place because you wanted this relationship to be exclusive, but this person didn't, and they never did. It was just like you was a toy, you were a good time. This is like somebody saying it's not you, it's me. Not really giving a damn about your feelings so much so. It's like it's not you, it's me. And it's them because they don't want to be responsible, basically. So just know that you're doing the right thing by allowing yourself to heal from the situation, and then allowing yourself to open yourself up to someone who's going to actually love you just as much as you do. And that's a blessing. To love and be loved is a blessing, but to love and get no love in return, that's like a horror story. And it's very traumatic as well. Once you realize that you were loving and weren't getting the same love back, that's like traumatizing. It is. That's a trauma. And there's many people handing out this type of trauma every day. So don't be a victim of it again, because you have control of your own life and your own ability to be responsible for your life and for your choices. Because somebody could tell you they want you to do something all day. That don't mean you have to do it if you don't want to. You do what you want to do. Okay? Yeah. Let Spirit communicate with you. With the Hierophant and the 8 of Wands. Travel. You might travel a lot with the 8 of Wands coming out. And there's something about God. There's something about the Creator here. You don't want to be sad. I feel like you were kind of sad and feeling uncomfortable for a long time. But you were really just dealing with the situation and you really didn't even like it. We be going through all types of stuff in life. I mean, I can't even be mad at you because I stayed in a relationship for too long too. Because I knew it wasn't working, but it's like, you feel comfortable even if you're not comfortable. It's like, you know the person. You just stick around and stay. I actually knew someone that wanted to leave the person that they were with and was planning to leave and was about to leave, and then they got pregnant. Then they got pregnant 2 more times. And then they ended up having to stay for longer than they wanted to, because even at the first baby, before the baby was even in the oven, they wanted to leave, and they were like procrastinating from I guess it was like procrastination. I guess that's the best thing for me to call it. It was procrastination. But you see how decisions can change everything. Went from no babies to I want to leave to 3 whole babies, and still stuck. And you know it takes time to have babies, so that's a good 3-5 years. These are things that we do because we try to find comfort. We just want love. We just want love. We want comfort. We want to be appreciated. We want to have that real connection. Just want to be at peace and want to be, if you're a giving person, you want to be able to give freely. But it's like, I just feel like you're someone who, you just give in to people who just cannot appreciate you the way that they should. So you always had like this inner fight within you. And there's something about you going through things and your friends thinking that you're very, very strong, but you don't really tell them about your true feelings, like how it really felt. You kind of keep that because you don't want to even go there. I don't even think you really wanted to talk about it so much. But your friends think you're strong though. Like the ones that are closest to you, they look at you as very strong and reliable. And even though they're your friends, they know you so well that they know you're a great catch. Like they know that anybody that ends up with you would be a blessed person. Okay? Yeah. And there's something about you should be with someone who's intelligent, with this Queen of Swords coming out. You should be with someone that's like you. Because you, clearly, you have a good head on your shoulders. Like you're someone who knows what you want, and you don't have a problem expressing that. And they're saying that you need somebody like that. You can't be with somebody that's like playing games and finagling you and trying to get into your bag, trying to get into your pockets, digging deep, trying to see how far they can go. I heard they tried to go as deep as the sea. Well, that's deep. What they try to do? They try to get in your will or something? What they try to do? They tried something. I don't know. But you saw it, and it's good for you. It's a good thing that you saw what you needed to see so you can make the right decision for yourself. Because now you know how to move forward, and this has helped you to leave space for good relationships and do away with those of individuals who just want to use you. There's too many people like that. And it's best to just weed them out. They have to just go away. People like that are no good for anybody. So as long as you continue to pass judgment in such a way to where you recognize when people are just trying to use you and take you for all you got, the better off you will be. All right, my honey roses, I am Mystic Alchemy. Thank you for being here. Always remember the creator is in you, and the magic is too, because you're magic. See you in the next video.